Alright guys, welcome back. Today we're checking out another video game cinematic. Today it's going to be Warframe Prime trailers. Now, I do not know if these are all of the trailers, some of the trailers, half of the trailers, a tiny bit of the trailers, I don't know. But we're going to check these out today, and the last thing I saw of Warframe was the cinematic trailer. I have not played the game, but it does look really cool. So, let's go ahead and get into it.
Margulis, from your winter ashes, there has sprung a field of flowers.
Alright, look at this guy.
Conceived by me, germinated for deadly purpose.
Alright.
You used to dream of old Earth, didn't you? Bathed in gold and solemn blue. I intend to reclaim it now, from the spores and the ruin. It came to me like a proverb. Fight poison with poison. Cure this sick horde with the greatest of plagues. I will call her Sarin.
Sarin. Okay. That's kind of cool. I wonder if they named it Sarin as in like sarin gas, the poison gas. And judging from its words, you know, that he's essentially going to cure these people with a plague or something like that. That's some Nurgle talk right there, is what that is. But pretty cool overall. I see that this Warframe, I hesitate to call them he's, she's, or whatever, because from what I understand, these are basically just remote-controlled bodies, if you will. So it looks like this Warframe has swords, but also some kind of ability to have some kind of AoE pestilence, some kind of disease that can spread to kill other creatures. That's okay. All right. So we got some biological warfare, it looks like, going on here. Sarin Prime. All right. What do we got next? Vaubin?
Lust was my sin. But greed is the blight that weakens our steel.
Oh, look at these guys, like
these industrialists
square helmets. Okay.
Have gorged on the harvest of our long war. Their mine drones, their mechanizations, toil in foundries remote. For what purpose? We must set watch upon them.
This Warframe's got the hammer.
Baiting our snares with the worms of profit.
And then look at his design, right? It's so much more angular than, I think, all the designs that I've seen. All the designs I've seen have been really, like, kind of sleek with lots of, you know, curves and stuff. Not a whole lot of sharp edges. And then this guy is just sharp edges all over the place. You know, his headdress is, like, squared off. He's got a big square hammer. He's got these squarish diamond-looking things all over his body. So this guy's design, from an aesthetic standpoint, is considerably different than all the Warframes I've seen so far. All right, what do you got? All right, some kind of like electro grenades, stun grenades. Oh, snap, like some anti-gravity grenades to lift people up. And then just goes ham with dual SMGs. All right.
Those kneeling at the altar of commerce will be returned to the void.
All right, let me see you smash something with that hammer now. Although it almost looks like there's a gun barrel built into the hammer so that, like, as he hits something, he can also, like, shoot it. But I don't know. That's just what it looks like. Yeah, here we go. Interesting.
For your consideration,
Vauban. Okay. I kind of like this guy. His aesthetic is significantly different than what I've seen. He's rocking some gold, so he's got the bling going. But he seems like he has several abilities, right? We saw him with a like a stun grenade. Then we saw him with another grenade that was able to lift enemies into the air. You know, I guess to maybe get them out from behind cover, maybe. And then a third one that acts like, you know, like a little black hole where it kind of pulled things in a radius towards its center. So, okay, so he's got some utility in his kit, it looks like. Along with a dope-ass hammer, which I'm always a fan of, so. All right, Vauban. Trying to see which ones I like the best. All right. Necros.
Fear is a weed snaking in the dark.
Ooh.
It vines within the mind, corrupting it. It germinates within tribes, dividing them. Your graces. Fear is a weed snaking in the dark.
Oof.
It vines within the mind, corrupting it. It
All right.
germinates within tribes, dividing them. Your graces, we who are beyond death, have forgotten the simple power of fear. Let us now remember.
All right. I mean, so as far as aesthetic design, again, we have something wildly different than what I have seen before. I mean, this guy, I mean, his name is Necros, right? The Warframe's called Necros. And so, I mean, it kind of looks like some kind of corpse almost. And it looked like he, you know, it looked like he Doctor Stranged that guy's soul right out of his body. So, whew. Oh, snap. And then he can resurrect the corpse like a zombie?
You will find no greater power than the simple thought of your own name inscribed upon a grave. Our harbinger, our terror.
So here's my question with this particular Warframe. He looks really cool.
Our terror.
And we saw that he has a sword of some kind, a gun of some kind, and then he can resurrect fallen enemies. So how does that work in game? Does he have the ability to resurrect dead NPCs that you kill and they'll fight alongside you? Is he kind of like a summoner class, kind of? Interesting. Necros. I mean, the name fits with his ability, you know, and his appearance, so all right.
Our long, deathless winter has left us numb. Our wasted animal within, ugly and gaunt, hibernates beneath our shimmering beauty. Why do these warframes stir us so?
Look at... Oof. Beautiful.
They our lost desires, lost instincts. Tenno tamed, but only just.
Come on, guys. You're not going to hit something with that kind of accuracy.
Oh. Cursed and hunted as game. Trapped and tortured. Yet they remain. Animals.
Oh, alright. Busting out the Wolverine claws. What is this contraption? Interesting. Some kind of gravity distortion field, keeping him pinned to the ground, maybe?
Less than their human seed, gnawing their limbs from the snare, devouring a banquet of suffering, obese with heat and acid and rage.
Woo, all right. Oh, get wrecked. Holy cow, okay. So, so this Warframe apparently has maybe a long-range precision weapon that he uses that looks like a bow and arrow, some Wolverine claws for close-range combat, and apparently some kind of fiery claws, maybe even some type of like overdrive mode that increases his speed because he was ripping through those guys. So yeah, wow. Interesting design as well. Like, wild headpiece on this particular Warframe. But, okay. All right. So it seems like this Warframe is geared for, like, long-range and close-range combat. Okay. Interesting. I kind of like this one. Valkyr, I kind of like this one because it seems like it would kind of be my playstyle. I really like, in a lot of games, long-range precision weapons, you know, sniper rifles, stuff like that. I'm also a big fan of bow and arrows. I like the way they function. I like the way they look. Always been a big fan of bow and arrows. But in a lot of games, I do the whole sniper shotty thing where I have long range, and if someone gets close to me, I have like a shotgun or something for close range. So the sniper claw blade thing looks like it basically fits the same bill with a long range abilities and then very close range abilities. So I kind of like Valkyr.
That is why they will destroy us.
Okay.
These like-faced savages, these earthworn mules.
Like-faced savages. So are the enemies they're fighting, do they all look the same? Because, I mean, this guy does look similar to the guy we saw get his soul ripped out by Necros. So are they like clones or something, or do they just look identical? I mean, from a gameplay standpoint, it's much easier to have a single character model you can reuse, so I understand that. But okay, let's see.
A vast, violent ocean at our command. Yet they wither. Mired in mass steel and flesh, casting these hordes from gene molds and flock mines, we inspire nothing.
Okay, casting these hordes from gene molds. Okay, so these guys are artificially created. Whether they're clones or they're simply like vat grown, I'm not sure, but they are seemingly mass-produced, if you will.
Our demons of Void Womb must be different, unusual.
Oh, that guy got murked. Didn't even notice.
Crafted without cast.
Oh, the rest of his guys.
Rolls of the finest ore, slender and queer.
Okay. So this Warframe looks much slender than a lot of the other ones. It's got very wispy kind of tendrils. All of its armor looks like it's made of like small, thin pieces. So I'm assuming that this Warframe is high mobility, high speed. Oof, okay. AoE shockwave ability?
Sight without eye, wrath without sound. Not a soldier, but a myth. Not a warrior, a spirit.
Okay.
Banshee.
Kinda wish they would have shown a little bit more of Banshee's abilities. All we really saw was a handgun and an AoE like blast wave.
How you suffered to become this beast. Yet you laughed at me. Others writhed and raged in the vice. But you played the fool. And so it was that you distorted my design.
All right, interesting. As far as this design goes, it's giving off, at least to me, it's giving off a little bit of Harlequin vibes with the design of the headpiece here. And judging from the name Mirage, maybe it's like a combining the Mirage idea in the Harlequin aesthetic. I'm assuming maybe this Warframe creates duplicates of itself, or after images or something like that.
A sanguine trick.
Yeah, aha, I called it.
A murderous comedy. But
I'm assuming the duplicates do damage as well. So if you make 3 of yourselves, then do you triple your damage?
No one is laughing anymore, except you. The mere vapors of your life.
Totally, yeah. Totally giving off Harlequin vibes. Like, that's definitely what I'm feeling here.
Shimmering still. Mirage.
Especially the way that, you know, the positioning here, really making it look like almost a dance move. Okay, Mirage. I'm gonna have a hard time picking my favorite here because a lot of these are really cool.
Greed and denial will seduce any destruction, even our own.
All right, look at this guy.
Blind to future consequence. Casting our debts on those to come.
All right. Interesting design, kind of a horned helm. Looks like he's using a mace of some kind. Gives off a little bit more of a knight vibe with this guy, like a kind of like a Black Knight type deal.
But what if now the Grey Mother sought revenge?
Okay, so he's got a shield too. So yeah, he's definitely giving off like that knight vibe.
A brutal thorn. Piercing the gushing ulcers of waste and industry.
Okay, different enemy type.
A new green sown upon sanguine ground. Fertilized with the blood and bone of its defiance.
That was dope. The way he's able to store his mace and his shield like that, and then it all collapses down. That's dope.
Oberon.
Oberon. Okay, yeah. So Oberon, definitely giving off the medieval knight vibe. You know, his armor aesthetic, his weapon choice, the horns on the helmet, definitely giving off the whole medieval knight vibe. Okay. I assume he plays a little bit more tanky as well, right? He seems to be like a real up close and personal frontline fighter, so maybe he's got a little bit more HP than normal. Maybe some damage resistance. Obviously, he's got the shield. Okay.
Fear is the greatest of faith. While our immortal vines have left us distant from our baser selves, consider us subjects.
What?
Those who gaze upon our cloud-swept towers with simmering, violent envy, they hold still the old fears.
Interesting. All right. I'm trying to get a good look at the character model here for Hydroid. Okay, Hydroid. All right. So hydro, water themed. His headpiece here is definitely giving off vibes reminiscent of an old pirate's captain's hat. You know, their little pirates hats that they used to wear that were flared out on the side. All right. So it's like a pirate themed Warframe.
Depth and darkness. The windless embrace.
Oh yeah. It almost looks like he's wearing like an overcoat, like a pirate. The headpiece, very pirate-like. As a matter of fact, he's even got a little bit on him that looks like a beard. It's kind of hanging off the front of his face.
Give to fear, a form, and yet none. A vague hydra, a lobed monstrosity, surging from the unfathomable. Reminding them who their gods are.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, look at this dude. This dude's got pirate written all over him. His whole design. So I assume he also has a couple of water themed abilities. I saw some tentacles, which does he get tentacles as abilities? And it looked like he had a little ability where he could surround himself with water and maybe rush forward. All right, this is definitely an interesting one. I see they're definitely going with themes here as far as a lot of these Warframes. This one's very pirate themed. We had one that's very ninja themed, another one that's like medieval knight themed. Okay, I see what they're doing.
Hydroid. When ape pounded flint on flint, some watched the sparks. Others merely danced. Our haunted creations will need drumbeats to drown out the throb of Helmet's blood. Songs to harmonize the long scream.
Was that Warframe dancing?
Anthems to elevate their butchery. But they are owed their struggle, as we are owed entertainment.
Interesting.
Our grand finale.
Octavia. Interesting. So Octavia looks like this Warframe has what? A pistol, a rifle, whatever this tire looking thing is. I have no idea. Does it do damage? Does it just take aggro? Does it provide some kind of buff or shield or something? I don't know. However, the character itself, I should say the Warframe itself, I'm getting almost cyberpunk vibes from Octavia. The colors that they use in the trailer, the fact that they're dancing, there's almost, you know, the music in the background, the design itself, and I don't know, maybe that's just me personally. I'm kind of getting like cyberpunk vibes off of this particular one. Yeah, you've got the lights on the arms and the head kind of pulsing to the music.
Of all our sleek gargoyles, our void-born masquerade, how to honor the one who volunteered willingly, knowing that...
I can't get over these chicken legs these guys have. Like, they just get so bulky from like the knee upwards, and their chest is massive and bulky, but they just have these tiny itty-bitty little chicken legs at the bottom.
Truth. Whose little act of courage twinkled like a petty ayatan.
Okay.
Before our golden indifference. And Nihil cried, "Glass her for her presumption." Until the arches rang with laughter.
What? Is this Warframe turning its enemies to glass and then shattering them? Interesting.
Pursuing crystal most fine. That the purity of your stigmatization might shine.
So this one has a pole arm, a gun. It looked like a gun that could transform into a larger gun. The design is pretty interesting. Almost a slightly medieval design. I mean, obviously all these things are super high-tech looking, but almost a slightly medieval design with the helmet and the pole arm. But the thing that gets me is these glass abilities. At one point, it looks like maybe the Warframe was creating like glass barriers that were either distracting the enemies or blocking their fire. And then at one point, the Warframe turned the enemies to glass and shattered them. This is a pretty cool one. I wish they would have shown more of her abilities a little bit clearer, but still very cool.
The sunlight itself. The unbroken. Gara.
Oh, does Gara get a pet too? Designs on these are really cool.
We cast our shining child adrift on strange seas. For with time, These starless currents, black as morning, may work as sea change. And if one Grizzly Dawn, the sky should hurl you, herald-like, back to Earth. Remind us, Foundling, of what we Immaculate Ones have lost.
Whoa. Okay, so this Warframe's like monstrous.
What succulent richness disease's kiss may bring.
Like, look at this guy. He's very bio-organic with his whole design here. You know, it almost looks like a Warframe that was like destroyed and burnt and then maybe cobbled back together with like these gold pieces.
Demigod, my Nidus.
Oh man, the tendrils. That's a crazy looking one. Unleash the ravenous scourge. Yeah, look at that. Very bio-organic, almost mangled looking. Well, all right, guys, that was some Warframe Prime trailers. Now, I have no idea if that's all of the Prime trailers, if there's more Prime trailers. Let me know in the comments, because this stuff is pretty cool, and I do really like the designs on a lot of these guys. As far as my favorite out of these particular ones goes, I feel like the Valkyr one is probably closest to my regular playstyle in first-person shooter games, with long-range, close-range stuff going on. But some of the other ones also seemed really cool. But I'm sure there's a ton more of these Warframes out here, so anyways, guys, I really enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like and subscribe. As always, leave a comment down below. Let me know what trailers I missed, what Warframes I should be checking out, if there's any other cinematics, or if there's any other thing besides Warframe, maybe a different game or something you want me to check out. Let me know down below in the comments, and we will get to it. Until next time, guys, hey, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching the video. As always, take care of yourselves and have a great day.